Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Skinfood makeup. I did almost my entire face just using the brand Skinfood and all new products as well. So if you guys would like to hear my first impressions on all of the products and see how I achieved this makeup look, then just keep watching. So I'm going to start off by using this foundation, and I have it in the shade 01, and I'm going to use my beauty blender to apply it. I've actually already swatched this and it's pretty dark for what I would normally wear, but it is very yellow, so I'm looking forward to trying it. And I apologize for the lighting because the clouds are moving around outside, so it's going to change unfortunately. This has got a pretty thin texture and very light coverage, and the colour isn't looking as bad as I thought it would, which is quite nice. So this is one half done. And the other half of my face is always awkward because I hold the mirror up here. So if you guys wonder why I only show you how I apply it on one half of my face and always this half in regular reviews, this is why. I try and keep the mirror out of the shot, but it's habit. So there are definitely some pros and cons for this. One of the pros is that it is quick and easy to apply because it's so liquidy and fluid. One of the cons is that it doesn't really have very much coverage at all. So I've got all of these scars, but then I just have like a random red spot, and it hasn't covered the red spot up at all. However, the colour actually tones in quite nicely. It is slightly darker than what I would normally wear, but because it is so yellow, it doesn't look awful. I also have the Vita Water Stain Concealer to try, and this is in the shade 01, which is the lightest. I've already swatched this and I'm pretty unimpressed by it, to be honest, because it's not light enough for me. It's not really the company's problem, but still kind of sucks. It actually fits my sister's skin better than it fits mine in terms of concealing because it's actually, yeah, it's darker. It's darker than the foundation. I'm still going to test it out. This is probably a product that I won't review because it's going to be too difficult to actually review properly, being that it is quite dark. But it does have quite a bit of coverage. It's covering a lot of the scarring quite easily, and that is like a proper pimple on the side of my cheek. It is easy to blend out and has a really nice creamy formula. So in general, I think the concealer is actually quite nice. It's just that it's the wrong colour. So I'm just turning down the exposure so you guys can see a little bit better. It concealed all of those scars really nicely. Obviously they're not going to go away entirely. And the same with around the bottom here. Obviously the pimple is raised, so you're never going to get rid of it entirely. But I can see the difference in the colour of the concealer versus the colour of the actual foundation. The concealer is much more orange. So for blushes, I actually chose a liquid blush, so I'm going to do this before I do my powder. So this is the Skinfood Fresh Fruit Juice Extraction Blush, and this is in the shade Mellow Raspberry. I am super interested to see how these work because they have like little nail polish applicators, which I think is a really cute idea, but let's see how they blend. Oh, that's so pretty. You can't really see it that much on camera, but the colour is really lovely. They blend out really easily too, so I can't actually see a line or anything like that. I thought that these would be much harder to use. I find that when I use lip products as like cheek stains, so a lot of the lip stains that you get say that they can be used as cheek stains as well, but when you do these little stripes, I find that because they're stains for like lip products, they actually stain little stripes into your cheek as well, which is not cute, unfortunately. Not what I'm going for. You can see the colour a little bit clearer here, but it is still really subtle. But there are no like harsh lines where it's blended, and it hasn't taken away any coverage of the foundation either, which is really good. Next, I'm going to be trying out the Peach Cotton Multi-Finish Powder from Skinfood. So this is just a loose translucent powder, and I used to have these Silky Peach powder, I can't remember what it was called, years ago, and I loved it. It was so good. This is, I think, a new reformulation of it, so I would really like to see if it is just as good. And it still smells like peaches, which is awesome. I'm just using a little brush to set under my eyes slightly. I don't want to put too much powder there because it will make my eyes look a little bit older, but I still like to set underneath my eyes because I do have quite long bottom eyelashes, and I find that if I don't, my mascara smudges more so than it normally would. And I focus the powder along my T-zone because that's what gets the most oil for me, and then I'll bring the rest out onto my cheeks too, just to stop any stickiness or from my hair sticking to my face. Never a cute look, but because I don't want my cheeks to become too matte, they don't really produce any oil, so I don't put nearly as much powder on my cheeks. So that is my face after setting it, and it still feels really smooth and silky, which was one of the great points about the original powder. It just made my face feel and look a lot smoother. So next up I'm going to try the Choco eyeshadow powder cake, and I'm a little bit dubious about this because the colours are really green. I got shade number 1, which is supposed to be like a grey brown, but that one looks green to me, so I'll definitely be using this one. Even the darker shade looks a little bit green to me, but my brow here is quite thick naturally anyway, so it'll probably won't look too bad, at least I'm hoping. I wouldn't say that it is amazing, and it is a little bit powdery. It definitely doesn't beat my favourite, which is the Etude House Perfect Brow Kit, and at the moment the Contouring Eyebrow Kit, which I believe is sort of like a newer version, I think is still better than this, but this one is a bit more compact. It only comes with the 2 shades, whereas the Etude House one, the contouring kit comes with 2 colours, a highlight as well as a brow gel. So next up I'm going to try out the Mineral Liquid Eyeliner, and I was surprised that this actually has a little wand like this. Usually I use pen liners. And the reason that I don't use liners that are shaped like this is because I'm not very good at using them, so this may turn out terribly. So that isn't too bad, but it's not great either. One of the things I find with these types of eyeliners is that it actually gets all in my eyelashes as well, so you can see all of the tops of my eyelashes are covered with eyeliner, and I can't get into like the gaps in between my lashes very well. It's just quite hard to navigate this sort of pen for me personally. And that is the eyeliner done on both eyes. It is very black and very pigmented. I just do not like the applicator. The only product that I did not get that was Skinfood was a mascara. The reason being is that I ordered it from Cosmetic Love and they entirely messed up my order. It took them over 2 weeks to actually tell me that some of the products were out of stock. They also didn't respond to their emails and didn't ask me if I would like either a full refund or a partial refund. So they actually ended up refunding my entire order, and apparently the Skinfood mascara is on its way, but like it's not here, and it's been 3 weeks already, and it's just too late. So I'm going to be sending that straight back to them, which is really annoying because now I don't have an entirely full face of Skinfood. So instead I'm going to be using my favourite mascara, which is the Heroin Make Long and Curl mascara, and after I finish using this today it is going in my empties pile. The other thing about using these types of applicators for eyeliner is that because it gets all up in your eyelashes, my eyelashes actually stick to my little curler, and ow, it's not good. It's not ripping out my eyelashes, but because I've already got product on them, it's just weird. So I have something a little bit new and a little bit different for me, which is a contouring and a highlighting kit. These are the Sugar Mix highlighting and shading kits. They both come with 2 colours, so 2 highlights there and then 2 contours, one of which looks very scary to me. But I'm actually going to use this little peach colour to highlight the like ball and the inner corners of my eyelids. It's quite hard to pick up powder from these, and I know I should technically be doing this before my eyeliner, but I kind of forgot. This is so sheer that it's almost not even there. I don't know, can you guys see that? Why am I holding 2 mirrors? This one has a big mirror in it. It's really not doing anything for me. Okay, I'm going to try the gold colour, and hopefully that is a bit better. Oh, that's a lot easier to pick pigment up from. That's better. My god, I sound really creepy. So half of this highlight is a little bit useless. The gold half is very gold, like it's a really beautiful champagne colour. It is quite powdery though, so I feel like I'm getting the powder absolutely everywhere, even though I'm using a very little detail brush. And I'm going to use the same gold side to just highlight my cheekbones a little bit. I'm not crazy on hugely bright highlights. Oh, that's very gold. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that because I'm not, like I said, because I'm not big on like super bright highlights. This is a bit intense for me. I'm not sure how well you guys will be able to see this, but it's quite gold. And I'm going to attempt to use some contour slash bronzer. I'm not good at this. I don't usually contour my face at all, but I'm going to try using the lighter colour because the other colour is just too scary for me. I don't know, is that good, you guys? You tell me. My birthmark makes it really hard to bronze and contour because it's like right where my cheekbone ends. So inconvenient, how dare it. So it just looks a bit funny. It's another reason why I don't really bronze and contour, because it just looks odd. Okay, I think that worked. And lastly, I'm going to be doing lips, and I'm going to use this colour. So this is another product from the Fresh Fruit Tint Extraction thingies. So this is from the same line as what I used the blush. And this is shade 4. It's got a very interesting wand. Ooh. It smells really nice too. So even though the bottle is super pigmented, it's actually a pretty sheer product. And I'm finding that the more that I try and like even it out, the patchier it's getting as well. It does not want to stick down here. But this is a really pretty colour nonetheless. It's got a milky formula, but it's drying down quite quickly. It's not incredibly flattering on dry lips because I can see a lot of my lip lines. And I'll zoom you guys in so you can have a look. And before you guys ask, these are fillings. They are not food stuck in my teeth. So my lips look quite lined, and you can see that there are a lot of patches that the tint is not really adhering to. And it's a shame because the colour is beautiful, but I'm not super impressed by the application. So I will do some check-ins later on and see how all of this makeup is wearing. So I just finished filming and wanted to show you guys an update on my skin and everything. The lipstick unfortunately is definitely looking worse for wear. For context, I've been gone for 2 hours and I've just been filming since you last saw my lips, so that is not that good. However, my skin is looking really beautiful. I can't believe how smooth it looks. I'm not actually sure if it is the foundation or the powder. Could be either, but if it's the foundation, I'm going to be a little bit gutted because it's not the right colour, but it has a really beautiful finish. Here are my brows, and after looking at them for a little while, I've decided that I do not like the colour. The brow kit does work, it's very cheap, but the colour's not quite right for me. The liquid liner is holding up nicely so far, but again, haven't really been doing anything. So I'm about to have some lunch and I'll update you guys on the lips. I don't believe they're going to survive lunch, but we will see. And yep, most of the colour wore off after eating. So I will check in back with you guys at the end of the day. Okay, so it is almost 10 o'clock at night. I started doing my base at 10 o'clock in the morning, so this foundation has been on for 12 hours. So I feel like the foundation is a little bit shiny, so my T-zone is a little bit on the shiny side. It's not horrible though. I also ended up doing lip swatches after I had lunch because the lipstick was gone anyway. So this is just a combination of like 10 different tints. My brows still look pretty nice. I still don't really like the colour though. My liner is surprisingly also intact. I still don't like the wand though. However, it did do a fairly good job at staying on throughout the whole day. You can definitely see where my glasses have been sitting, but they're not really that rubbed off. Obviously the glasses sit on my nose throughout the entire day anyway when I'm not wearing contact lenses, and it is normal for some wear and tear over these sides, as well as where my glasses sit here on my cheeks too. But I actually cannot see any indentations there. However, if you kind of look at my skin, it also doesn't really look like I'm wearing foundation anymore. A lot of the coverage has worn off. My highlight is still very golden, and there is a little bit of the bronzer shade still showing, though I think my biggest disappointment is the concealer. You can definitely see above my lip where I've concealed that one scar. The concealer really does separate quite a lot. It just looks like it needs to be re-blended in. And I think now you can kind of see how orange this section looks in comparison to the rest. But overall, I still think my face looks pretty good for trying every single new product, apart from mascara. And that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!